Welcome to Raining Blue and White. I'm your host, Robert. This is the place where we talk about Penn State football and college football in general. Our main goal here is to cut the bull and be as lean, mean as a fighting defense and as versatile as pro-style offense. Let's get rolling. Well, today, this is recorded Thursday, but for Friday. So there is news from Florida State that they're going to have a meeting, which when this comes out will be today. So we're going to be doing the debriefing of the conference, and of course, it's Florida State's conference, of course, ACC. So we're going to look at last year's conference standings, which last year it was split into two divisions. For the Atlantic part of the ACC division, Clemson, Florida State, Syracuse, Louisville, North Carolina, Wake Forest, and Boston College. That was how it was set up last year there. Then you had the Coastal division, which was North Carolina, Pittsburgh, Duke, Georgia Tech, Miami, Virginia, and Virginia Tech at the bottom, which I'm guessing if this was before bowl games, the championship game was against Clemson versus North Carolina. I'm not sure. I can't remember because I was not keeping track of the ACC last year. Well, this year, since now I can compare, this year's the ACC, Florida State went undefeated. Louisville, NC State, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, Clemson, North Carolina, Duke, Miami, Boston College, Syracuse, Pitt, Virginia, and Wake Forest finished out last. Which, in looking at the standings from last year, Wake Forest actually did way worse this year, which I'm like, that's normal Wake Forest right there, being almost at the bottom. Pitt actually, let's see here. I want to take a look at Pitt's record. They were 9-4 last year. This year they were 3-9. They dropped big time. Clemson dropped, which Clemson was 11-3, and this year they were 8-4. That was a big difference. Florida State 10-3. They went to 2-0 this year, which would have been actually 10-2 without the bowl game win. So Clemson dropped. Louisville actually was 8-5. This year they were 10-2. Not bad at all. Some major improvements. But Duke upsetting Clemson at the beginning of the season, that was insane. We might end up seeing something different with FSU in that board meeting. That could be a leaving meeting. And also, they're also adding two Pac teams and also SMU next year. So they have the two worst teams in the conference almost, with Stanford and Cal, almost the worst of the Pac. So they had second to last Stanford and a little bit above Washington State and Arizona State's Cal. So now this is going to get interesting. I would say for people, keep an eye out on the Florida State meeting that's going to be in Tallahassee, which will be today when this recording comes out. I'm recording it a day ahead of time. I would say keep an eye out. I might think about maybe doing a quick live stream. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. If you want to keep up to date with my uploads and everything, follow me on X, aka formerly Twitter. Okay, make sure you like, subscribe, comment in the bottom what you think about what will be next with this new ACC coming in and what your thoughts are about FSU sticking it out. See you next time. We are Penn State, and you guys lock and load.